trust in this industry, if you're good at what you do, they're going to trust you. They're just going to like you. And they're not doing enough to work on that.
Yeah.
Sharpening the saw for that matter. Mm-hmm. So what would you say about working on trust, even if you're a skilled advisor or insurance professional?
Yeah, I would say this, that first of all, the skilled ones are probably good at trust naturally, or they become good at it, but you can get better. And to get better has a huge payoff. This is not a little nice, warm and fuzzy social virtue. Mm-hmm. Trust is an economic driver. It is a multiplier.
Yes.
And it affects the speed at which you can move and the cost of everything. And you think about it. Think of a referral business. That is the speed of trust in action. Mm-hmm. Because it is your client telling your prospect that they should trust you. And there's a transference of trust from your client to your prospect. And your prospect becomes a new client faster and at less cost. Mm-hmm. See, there's always a speed to trust. And when the trust goes up, the speed goes up with it, the cost goes down. That is a dividend. The opposite's true as well.
Yeah.
There's a tax. When the trust goes down for whatever reason, maybe you don't keep a commitment, you said you're going to call them, you don't call them, or you get back with them on this date, you don't follow through, or you just don't do something, or you're inauthentic, or you tell, you spin something instead of just talking straight about it. When you behave in that way, that's a withdrawal. That is,
yes.
That's a behavior that causes trust to go down, and you will pay a tax. They'll start to trust you less. They start to question everything else, what you're saying and doing, and suddenly everything takes you longer, everything costs you more. They're far less apt to be a referral, a referenceable client for you, and so forth. There's real economics to trust. This matters. And it's not just kind of a warm and fuzzy social virtue. Mm-hmm. It's financial. It is a multiplier. It changes everything in sales, in leadership, in life. And that's what's exciting. And so to get good at trust makes a profound difference. It will multiply your sales. It will multiply your relationships, mm-hmm. and your possibilities. Those economics of trust is a big part of what I try to focus on. Having people see it differently and why this matters. Why it's really the single highest leverage thing you can do. Because if you get good at trust, it makes you better at everything else you're trying to do. You get a multiplier working for you versus a diminisher working against you when you're not trusted. Mm-hmm. And so that's the kind of one of the big things I focus on is why this matters. And then we focus on and how you build it, through your credibility and through your behavior, and how you can behave your way into greater trust and turn this into your greatest strength. So that's the idea, is that trust is really the one thing that changes everything. And Paul, you already said why this matters is because we're operating in a low trust world.
Yes.
And even
in a low
industry,
trust profession, yes.
Yeah, this profession.
So we have to be able to overcome that at every chance that we have.
Absolutely. We got a headwind. Mm-hmm. And because the profession is seen that way, fairly or unfairly, and that's kind of an inheritance tax, and we've got to counteract that by being extraordinarily credible and trusted, mm-hmm. in terms of how we approach things. And as we do that, it makes a profound difference.
Most people would think headwinds are bad, but every plane takes off into the headwinds. So there's an opportunity here, and I think that this industry is just missing a huge opportunity.
This September, put yourself in the driver's seat to 10xing your business at the 2018 InsuranceNewsNet Super Conference and become a master at modern marketing, sales techniques, trust multipliers, and agency building strategies guaranteed to exponentially grow your practice. With the help of keynote and main stage speakers Grant Cardone, Stephen M.R. Covey, Terry Shodine, Patrick Bet-David, Tom Hegna, and Dan Seidman. Visit www.innsuperconference.com and register now if you still can.